I don't know if it is right or not, but there is a theory called November-December theory. In this theory, at the month of November and December, you will find someone who will be too close to you or someone who will just left you. The person who will get close to you may be a stranger or some person you might know before. You will get too close to that person. Or the other part of the theory says you lose someone. He might be close for more than a year, or just you met him and he became too close and he just left. Losing someone means you might get separated from him by distance, or he moved to a new place, or maybe you moved to a new place, or he might just left the job, or maybe you just left the job and you stop talking. I don't know if this theory is truth or not, but today I'm going to talk about a movie called 500 Days of Summer. This video will be divided into two parts. In the first part, I will go into spoiler-free review of 500 Days of Summer. In the second part, I'm going to talk about the ending of this movie. Let's go into the first part of this video, spoiler-free review. 500 Days of Summer. This movie was released on 2009 and the movie runtime is around 1 hour 35 minutes. As the movie name mentioned, 500 Days of Summer. Summer is a female name. The 500 days between him and Summer is about the movie. In the starting of this movie, we can see day number 488. Two persons are sitting on a bench, seeing something, and we also notice engagement ring in her hand. And suddenly that day shifts around, I think, 290. So in this movie, there are two main characters. First main character's name is Tom and the other person is Summer. In the day number 290, we can see Tom is breaking some vessels and three person talking with him what happened. And he says a situation where he and Summer are both in a restaurant eating pancakes. And suddenly some situation just happened there. Summer tries to convey some message to Tom, but he does not listen it. Or maybe he does not accept it. And just he was going. And suddenly Summer called Tom and said, "You're still my best friend." And Tom is full depressed. And he also mentioned that he wants Summer back. And the story begins from day one. The narrator clearly mentioned about this story. It's not a love story. It's a story about a boy who meets a girl. And the narrator mentioned it 2 times. In day number 1, our main character Tom is working on a greeting card company. The company which make greeting cards. He discussing about something and suddenly he saw a girl walking to him. And he find out that she's an assistant. Her name is Summer. Tom just attracted by Summer. Tom just was attracted by Summer. And they introduced the character Tom. Tom was a normal kid in his childhood. He loved to watch love story movies, fantasy, and he believed in love, fantasy. And also they mentioned that he misunderstood a movie called Graduate. But in Summer's story, her parents got divorced at a young age. And Summer does not believe in love, fantasy, faith. She just want to be independent and move away from this relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. And she also clearly mentioned it to Tom that she doesn't like relationship. And there's come day 2, day 3, day 4. I love a fact about this movie. How they show the title card. Like day 1, you can see that there are trees. It symbols some greenery and some incident takes place between them. The title card color just changes to some faded, dark theme. And they uses it in the movie very beautifully, like before that incident and after that incident. When I watched this movie, I thought it's just a normal love story movie. The main character get closer and they just broke up and again they will meet at the end. But this movie was something different. Do you want to know about how they meet and how they separate and what all things happened between them? You should definitely check out this movie called 500 Days of Summer. The movie runtime is around 1 hour 35 minutes, but it does not feel like 1 hour 35 minutes. It feels like around I'm watching a full-length movie around 2 hours 20 minutes or 2 hours 30 minutes. It doesn't symbolize that movie is boring. What I'm trying to say is that movie shows lot of incident. The movie shows lot of information at that time. So the movie feels something like lengthy, but this was a spoiler-free review about this movie. Let's move on to the second part of the video, ending. Okay, ending of this movie. Okay, after that incident, Tom tried to meet her. He was fully depressed, doesn't feel like to work, but their friends could not see Tom like this. So they organized a blind date with someone, but Tom did not give any interest in that date. And also mentioned that she is not like Summer. So their friends organized another event. In that event, our Tom meets Summer. And there goes a little bit conversation between them. And she invites him to a party. In that party, they shown a beautiful thing called expectation versus reality. What we expect might be true, might not be true. In majority cases, our expectation is not truth. It's not reality. And also in this case, it's completely different, the expectation and reality. What Tom expects and what he gets in reality. And finally, Tom accepts the fact and just try to leave. And Summer quitted the job early after that incident. And finally, Tom also quit the job. As they mentioned in the movie before, Tom was an architect graduate. He likes architecture. So he goes deeply in architecture, drawing some things, and he was fully focused about it. And time passed, and also time moves on. And one day, Tom finally heard about the news that Summer got married. At the day number 488, as Tom mentioned before, it was his favorite place, and he was sitting there. And suddenly, he heard a voice from back called, "Hi, Tom." And he turned back. He found Summer. They sat and talked about it. Tom said he was fine, all right. Tom is lucky because he's getting a clarification. She says that he believes in Tom, what Tom used to believe, like in faith, love, fantasy. And one day she wake up and find it and just married. And Tom asked, why not me? And she says that she didn't find it in you, but she believes in the facts he was talking about. And also Summer clearly mentioned that she doesn't want a relationship between Tom. Some people may argue it's Summer's fault or maybe Tom's fault. In my opinion, we cannot say it's someone's fault. It's like, what is the meaning of love for you? What is the definition of love? In Summer perspective, it's a different definition. In Tom perspective, it's a different definition. In this movie, they only showed about Tom's perspective. And they did not show Summer's perspective, what she go through in her life at that situation, where she got married. They didn't show it. But in my opinion, it's not Tom's fault or either Summer. If you're still arguing that fact or still in that situation, I would like to say something. Just let go of something you cannot control. Just simply let go. Just simply let go. Finally, Tom also moved on that situation and is applying for a new job. At that interview, he saw a girl and tells to her, I hope you didn't get this job. And the girls laugh and replies the same thing, that you should also. I hope you should this job. And they suddenly called Tom and he was going for an interview, but suddenly remembered something and moved back to that girl and he asked for her coffee. That situation of time, Tom doesn't believe in love or faith or fantasy. But one moment he thought of it and just asked her. And she firstly rejected him, but she accepted the offer finally. And her name was Autumn. Again, the 500 cycles just turned into one. And I love the title card, how they symbolize that orange sun presenting autumn. And this was the end of this movie. And it's not Tom's fault that he was believing that love, fantasy, or faith. Finally, it was true. As they clearly mentioned about this movie, it's not a love story. It's about a boy who meets a girl. And it's not a love story. It's a story about love.